My shamanic life. Well, good morning, everyone. So today is a very different day from how it's been before. The Kalima has arrived, and that is dust from the Sahara. So the air is not so clear as it has been, and the wind has been very strong. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about what's been going on for me last night. It was a really extraordinary night for me, and what makes it so is that I found myself actively lucid dreaming for a very long time indeed, for a lot of the night in fact. And what makes it so special for me is I haven't done lucid dreaming for a very long time, so it was a real surprise to suddenly find myself projected into a whole series of different localities, situations. I've been aware I've been working as a dreamer for a long time, purely because I would go to retreats and someone I never met before would come up to me and say, "Oh, by the way, did you know I dream and you were in this and you did this and you did that?" And I always go, "Oh right, that sounds great," because I have absolutely no awareness of that happening at all. And it happens so many times, even getting the odd email here and there. So it just shows it's something I do. But what made it so wonderful for me last night and this morning was it, rather than being shamanic dream work, it was shamanic lucid dream work. So just to give you the simple definition of the lucid dream is when you suddenly become aware in the dream that you're dreaming. That's actually what a lucid dream is. It really is that simple. And so I want to talk to you about a few places I went to. One of them was actually in one of the Canary Islands, but it wasn't this one, it was a different one. And that involved being in a very tall building and interactions with a number of different people, and it was more the locality that interested me on that one. Second one I want to tell you about is where I found myself with a group of people, and it was a dance studio, and the owner of the dance studio was there, and he'd announced that he was going to give it all up and sell the place and do something else. And suddenly I found myself splitting into two people, and the one part of me said to the dance studio owner, "I'm not going to speak much, he's going to do almost all the talking," pointing to the other me. And then the first me suddenly had a rather large rusty sword in my hand, and I started dancing and stabbing the sword into the floor, whilst the other me was explaining exactly why it's so important that he keeps this dance studio going, that he's got so much great work to do, and in fact he thought he was almost finished. He's just started the most important part of his work, and it went on quite a long speech, and other people were involved, and then it ended, and I found myself into a whole series of other locations. And while this was happening, what would happen to me is that I would suddenly, in between lucid dreams, I would suddenly become very dimly aware that yes, I'm actually back in the physical body, but sort of, not completely. I wasn't totally aware of being in the bed, I was like partially aware of being in the bed. And then off on the next one, and so it went on. And the last one I want to tell you about is this one. So I'll just give myself a moment to move to a different location. That's interesting. It's not coming. That's interesting. Maybe I'm not supposed to share about that one. Not that it matters really. I guess the important point is just to be aware for myself that this is a new development in my shamanic life, that I'm now starting to work consciously. That's right, it's coming back to me. It's the very last one. And I found myself here in a different location again, different part of the world. I will just briefly mention there was one that didn't take very long at all, and that was over in Accrington in Lancashire, and that was someone who was doing a canal boat trip and helping them with that. But this very last one, I found myself having a conversation with someone, and they were saying, oh, you don't need to go and get involved with that. And I could see over in the distance there was a woman, and she was crouched down over a pool, and there was someone else with her, and I instantly knew I had to totally ignore what this person was saying and go over there. And of course, because it's a lucid dream, there isn't any need to put one foot in front of the other. I was just instantly relocated to standing by the pool next to her, and what I needed to do is to witness. And what she said is as follows. She said, I need to have regular conversations with nature. And that was it. My whole series of experiences was terminated at exactly that point. Felt myself coming back into my body, but this time not only partially back but completely back. And within about 5 seconds a bell was rung, which was my partner's father telling her that he needed her. So that was for me really exciting, because there's not been a huge amount going on in terms of journeying work lately. So that was just a really amazing treat. Very much enjoyed it. And so we do have the sunrise. It's just a little bit past sunrise, as you can see. And actually, the wind is a lot calmer than it was yesterday. I noticed that yesterday we all just felt incredibly tired and relaxed or rested or fell asleep in the afternoon. But today it's not so windy, different energy about it. But nonetheless, it's a very distinctive thing, this yellowing in the light of the sky kind of near the horizon. So thank you very much, and I look forward to my next opportunity to share with you.